Okay, so this is the trombone, and the trombone that I have here as a demo, it's a very standard case with latches, right? It should go on like this. Sometimes it has 2, sometimes it has 3. And I'm putting this on a chair. If you have the luxury of having another chair in the room, that's totally cool. Make sure it's a chair that doesn't roll around or run away from you. Otherwise, you could totally use your bed. If you have to use the floor, I suppose you can, but it's kind of less preferable because now you have to like scooch down every single time you need a piece of your instrument. Okay? So I'm going to use this chair, right? Okay, and these latches, make sure that the latch tongues point downwards when you face it, right? If it's the other way, you know, if it looks like that, then it's upside down, right? Okay, so you lift up the latch and it drops down, right? Lift the latch, it drops down. You open the case. Okay. Don't go grabbing anything, just automatically, right? Because you see the big piece right there. Don't do that. These are very expensive instruments, and trombone especially is very temperamental, okay? And it has a lot of straight parallel lines, right? And if they're no longer parallel anymore, right, then you got a problem in a repair bill. Okay, now, what you want to do, okay? Take your right hand and grab, okay, very gently, grab the slide, okay? Find where the slide is, okay? And be very careful about it, okay? Because some person, some schmuck, right, might have undone the lock. So right now it's locked, meaning this will not separate from this. Okay, you take that, okay, grab both, and put that down, okay? Put that down as so, with your right hand, okay? Now, it's very important to note right now that there's a short side and a long side. This is where your mouthpiece goes in. And this is where the body of the instrument, this goes in. That point is going to connect with this in a right angle. You know what a right angle is, right? You learned that in math, right? Okay, so you put this down, kind of like in a V, okay? And you pick up the body. Okay, look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take my left hand and pick it up like so. Do not clang that. You see how shiny this is, right? Be careful. Put it down in a right angle. Be very careful. Your 12-year-old body may go clang, clang, clang. Okay? Now, if you point straight down this way, you can see that it's a right angle. Okay, now, let me show you that motion one more time. Very important. Okay? So, this, longer towards you, shorter away. Pick this up like so. Okay, careful, don't go clang, right? Okay, and drop this snugly on the longer side, right? It should catch very easily. And you're gonna take this nut, okay? And there's a trick that I learned as a kid. Okay, if this doesn't tighten right away, like it gets all messed up, you guys have experienced this, right, with a bottle cap, right? You're trying to twist righty-tighty, right, but won't go on. The trick is to go lefty-loosey first, let it reset itself, and then you go righty-tighty, okay? All right, and when it stops turning, make sure it's pretty tight, but not super tight, right? It shouldn't like swing, like that anymore, right? Okay, very important. Take your left hand, make this symbol, right? Is the I love you in sign language, right? Okay. Now, if you go behind me, okay, behind me, make sure it's a right angle, otherwise this doesn't work very well. Okay, go behind me, okay? I'm gonna take my thumb, put it down on this bar, okay? I'm gonna take these 2 fingers, the middle and the ring finger, and put it between the window, inside the window. My pinky is going to support, okay, the second bar. My index finger is going to be, it's going to keep the instrument from falling over this way. Okay, once again, it's thumb hook, middle, and ring finger. You'll get used to this. Okay, don't worry about it. Do it a few times. You won't even think about it. Pinky and index finger. Okay, and you'll lift it over your shoulder as so. But before we do that, of course, we need our mouthpiece. Your mouthpiece just goes right in. Don't do anything fancy with it. Don't go bashing it in or anything like that. okay? And it just sort of hangs out in there, right? Okay, and when you put it against your mouth, right, that's enough weight to keep it from falling out. Now, like I said before, the slide has a slide lock, right? Right now it's in lock position. This is the reason why it's so important to not let this go flying, okay? You could bend this and cause like $600 worth of damage. You don't want to do that, okay? So now you unlock it and you control it with your right hand, okay? And it goes out, in and out like that, okay? Now, because it's such a long instrument, right? I need to see how far I am from my laptop. I need to be at least about 3 feet from my laptop playing diagonally. I prefer playing to my right because then I can see the screen, right? You guys see how my zoom space is, where I could see, Wu can actually see what position I'm in and all that stuff. Very important. Okay, so if you show, if you start playing this way, right, you're not going to kill anything, and you're not going to kill your monitor, or your, dog, or anything like that, right? All right, okay, now in rest position, you simply take this, your pinky plays a very important role, right? You don't want to, right, let go, right, because this can cause damage. So your pinky hooks in. So once you're done playing, you want your pinky to hook in, and you just simply put it down like this. Don't put any weight on it. Don't lean against it. Just because it's metal doesn't mean it can hold your weight. Okay, so Wu's blabbing, 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 and then we're gonna play. Pick it back up. Put it against your shoulder like a V, right? Right angle V. And then you play this way, and you could still see through here, right? So if you stand here, right here, you can see that my left eye can see my music on the screen, and Wu talking, and all that stuff like that, right? Okay, putting away the instrument, I'm gonna take my mouthpiece. I'm gonna put it back in its little mouthpiece cubbyhole thing, okay? All right, now, very important, do it exactly in reverse order. Okay, keep firm pressure downwards, okay, undo the nut. Okay, this is the place where everything can fall apart on you and your life becomes a nightmare. Don't do that, okay? All right, oh, one thing I forgot, right? Put the lock back on, right? Okay, now, at this point, on one side and on the other side, wiggle, 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 and it comes apart. Okay, now take this very carefully. Don't drop it. Don't drop it, kid. Okay, you put this down like so. Okay, and then you take this, and hopefully you remember where the slide goes. You can use both hands this time, right? And put it in. Make sure it's nice and snug. Say goodnight to it. Put it in. Okay, close the case up on it, and make sure all of your latches close. And then hide this from your little brother and sister. All right.